You've never been in an accident?
Well, no. Some guy barely bumped my fender at the stop sign because I started to go and then hit my brakes again because I changed my mind, and then he went to the back of me.
Wow.
But there was no damage or anything, so we moved on.
Sure.
But yeah. Never had a
That's
ticket,
valid.
never had a breakdown or anything.
You've never had a ticket either?
No, I've been very
Bro, are
fortunate
you even living?
I mean, I feel like I drive a lot, and I drive like a regular, I don't say I'm a slow driver. I don't blast over the speed limit, but I do there's definitely been times where I'm I probably should have gotten pulled over, and I just haven't been. So
that's fair.
I don't know. I'll see if maybe one day they'll catch me. I think it's because I drive a Kia Soul. I just am. It's a very unassuming car. I don't feel like
the cops see you and they're like, there's no way this dork could be driving over the speed limit.
I just don't think it's a very intimidating car. There's other sports cars down the street, and it's that's who the cops are looking for. Whereas they'd see a Kia Soul, they're like, this guy's not really a threat to anyone. So I don't.
But you could be. But you could be.
I could be. That's the thing, is they don't realize I could be if I wanted to. But that's the beauty. Yeah, that's the beauty of the Kia Soul, is that it's it flies under the radar. People don't realize
all you got to do is press the big red button on the center console and boom, missiles.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not going to give away too many of the Kia Soul secrets, but there's some secret buttons in there. Welcome back to...
This is a...
Oh, sorry. Please, you have something more important to say
go
in
ahead.
the intro? Okay.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me, Master.
Welcome back to Die on Any Hill, the show where we bring our hot takes to the hill and we die defending them. This is McKay. This is my co-host, actually more of my guest. This is my guest star, Auntie, and we're gonna flip the coin. Let's flip the coin. This is everyone's favorite part of the show.
Heads, you go first.
Let's
Tails,
get a
I
drum
go
roll.
second. Tails, I go second.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, I didn't let the
I think
drum
I
roll
need to
happen.
start.
Really
I think I
ruining
need
this
to go
entire
back to me
episode.
flipping the coin. I think we should flip a coin to who gets to flip the coin each episode. Because
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Anyways, I'll go this episode though. So what the heck did I say my hot take was? Oh, I forgot.
It's my favorite part of every episode.
Oh, I remember.
Grammar?
Okay, I remember. No, I remember. So if you remember, when did we start this? A year ago or 2 years ago? It's been almost 2 years now, hasn't it?
It's about a year and a half.
A year and a half
far.
ago, I made a take where I said that people should be thankful when their grammar is corrected. And I don't really specifically remember what I said in that episode, but I was... I still believe...
Do you remember what you said in any episode?
No, don't ask me anything about any of these previous episodes. I don't know what has been said.
Perfect.
I don't want to be accountable for anything I've said in previous episodes. I don't remember any of it. And it probably wasn't even me talking. But I think that you should be thankful for when your grammar is corrected in speech, in emails, in most correspondences. But the one exception that I think that you should be allowed to just have any grammar fly is text messages. I don't think you should be held accountable. In fact, I think your grammar should be worse. I think it should be the point of a text message is to be short and succinct as possible, right? So it's like the whole bit in The Office where Kevin is like skipping every other word, because it, more word save time, do the trick, and you skip every word. That's what texting.
I've never seen The Office.
I knew that's where it was gonna. I knew you were gonna be like, I don't know that. I've never seen The Office. I don't like The Office. But anyways,
maybe if you were a good host, you'd know more about your guest stars.
Listen, I don't make this content for my guest stars. I make it for the audience, and I know the audience has watched the Office because everyone else is normal people out there. So anyways, they all know the scene I'm talking about, the scene where Kevin starts talking with, like, he cuts all his word count in half and he starts talking in
why use
words.
big word when few word do trick.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so you know the quote better than I do.
Yeah, I've been alive. I know the references to The Office.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
I just think the show sucks. That's beside the point.
Oh my gosh, that could be a whole.
We're not getting into it. That's not.
I don't even think that would be a fun episode. That would just be. Yeah.
I agree. Anyways.
Okay, so basically, it's that logic. Yeah. I think it applies to text messages. They're supposed to be as succinct as possible. I think everyone has their own kind of style when they're texting, and I don't think it has to adhere to the strict English lexicon. And that's the end of
Just capitalize your sentences and put a period.
No.
That's all I ask. I'm not even saying use perfect grammar. Just use like the bare minimum. Use apostrophes. Use the right where and there and your. For the love of God.
No. If I'm writing an email, a professional email, yes, obviously, yes, I'm going to do all that. But that's the difference between a text and an email. An email is a professional setting. A text is the quick, not unprofessional, informal. It's the quick, informal way to communicate with someone. So I'm going to do, obviously you should do the bare minimum to communicate effectively. Like there are people who like, I'm like, did you have a stroke when you wrote that? And that obviously should be, looked at if you can't even communicate a sentence. But if you can write, without capitalizing or using apostrophes and people still understand what you're saying, which is most cases, I'm not opening up a whole other little menu on the keypad to hit all these other little buttons when you understand what I mean, whether or not there's a comma there. My phone automatically capitalizes the very first letter of a text, but it doesn't. I don't know if it capitalizes the rest. But I'm not hitting the shift button. That's too much time. It takes my thumb.
It's one button.
It takes my thumb out of the way of the other letters that it's already going to. It adds up.
That's because you've built the bad habit to not use grammar.
I wonder how much time I've saved by not deep diving into all the little apostrophe menus.
I text faster than most people using one finger and having proper
Let's
grammar.
have a race right now. Okay?
Okay, hold on. What are we typing out?
We need to type like I'm going to copy and and paste a like paragraph or something. And
no, I was gonna say the quick brown or the quick red fox jumped over the lazy brown dog.
Okay, and I'm just gonna, and we're just gonna do it. You're gonna do it entirely grammatically correct. I'm just gonna type that sentence in a way that you still communicates. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
Ready.
Okay. Yeah. Count down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Done. It's sent.
God damn it. Okay. What's the timestamp?
No, mine was sent beforehand. There was no question.
They're both at 11:08 actually, so
No, I said I finished first, and even with the delay on our chat right now, you said, "Damn it." So
you can't record. There's no proof of that. We do not have recorded proof of me saying that. No, I'm gonna cut it out.
I was faster. I saved probably 2 or 3 seconds. I communicated the exact same thing. I even had a little extra space in there at the bottom, like a little.
Yeah, he did that thing where there's like a whole blank line at the bottom of it, which is dumb for dum-dums. It's not that hard to have proper grammar. It's not even okay.
No, we literally just proved my point. I communicated the exact same sentence as you, but I did it faster, and nothing was lost by me not putting one little dot at the end of the dog.
And you looked more like a dumbass.
I don't care. You think You think I care that you think that I look like a dumbass for putting an extra space at the end and not having a period?
But it's. Okay, because I want to find a middle ground with you here. I really do.
There is no.
I want to come together and find a solution. But okay, just use. Okay, but what about spelling? What about using the right your, the right there, and the right where? Are you saying ignore that too? Just put whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
I mean, I will say that I've internalized the right wheres and yours and whatever. So I feel like I do automatically do them correctly, but if I accidentally do one, I'm not going to go back and fix it, and I don't care if someone sends the wrong one in a text.
I do.
It
takes me out of the narrative.
There is no narrative. There's literally just me.
There's always a narrative.
There's just me trying to communicate information in the fastest way possible, and I did.
And you did it poorly.
But the thing is, autocorrect now does so much. People don't even do your anymore. You are. Now it just automatically corrects to your. The thing is, some people still text me with "you are," and I'm like, "How did you just turn off your autocorrect, or are you going back and changing it to
turn
you
off
are?"
my autocorrect.
You telling
that is one of the every time I get a new phone, that is one of the first things I do is why just spell things correctly. It's not that hard to spell.
So not only do you insist on having correct grammar, you turn off all the autocorrect to make it as slow as possible.
Yes, because the autocorrect is wrong. Because there are points where I spell things wrong intentionally, whether it's for a comedic effect or whether it's because I'm making a
You spell things wrong intentionally. That's you disgusting.
Fuck off.
I spell things wrong, but it's never intentional.
My sins are a mistake. Yours are on purpose.
Let's go back and look at a couple of your texts. I bet I could find some grammar errors in here.
Probably.
April 3rd. You said, "Me either, LOL, no punctuation."
Okay, I will say, this is something I have been working on. Legitimately, I have been trying to put LOL more and use less punctuation just because of the sheer amount of people who have told me how intimidating it is the way I text.
The thing is,
so there are specific people.
The period in a text does make it look way more serious and official than it needs to. Why? It's just I don't know why. That's just how it is. I don't understand. I think I use too many exclamation points in text because, I don't know. It looks like it comes off very, very dour to not you, especially if you're using a period. A lot of times I just don't use any punctuation, but if I do use punctuation, it's going to be either an exclamation point or a question mark. I'm not.
A period is not intimidating. It's not like a semicolon.
What? A semicolon is not intimidating. A semicolon
is terrifying.
No, it's not. I use semicolons more than I should. I love a good semicolon.
The semicolon is my wife's favorite punctuation. Mine's the Oxford comma. What's your favorite punctuation?
I guess the exclamation point. I use it all the time. The exclamation point just makes it look like you're happy to be partaking in the conversation versus
right.
I don't know.
I don't understand, but it's fine. I do like I said, I have been trying to put like LOL more and things like that. But what do you think about emojis? Are we pro or anti emojis?
Oh, I'm pro emoji. I think
I am pro emoji in moderation.
Well, yeah. No, I definitely am not an excessive emoji user. And there are definitely some cringe emojis that had their day, but they're a little outdated at this point. Like the laughing with tears. Yeah, the laughing with tears. That's a little cringe if you're still sending that. That's very millennial.
I think it is, but I know a lot of people who use laughing crying constantly, and I think that just might be like the culture of people I work with.
Are they millennials?
No. They're basic white girls.
It is kind of a basic white girl emoji. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Which is fine. That's fine.
No, we love basic white girls. They're great. It's just you and me are not basic white girls, so we wouldn't use them.
Correct.
We're complex white men.
No. We're film bros. You can archetype us in no time.
Film white bros equals
with a podcast.
Complex white men.
No.
Film bros with a podcast is just complex white men.
Does it?
What are your how do the emojis translate to your Android? I don't know. So
they translate just fine.
This is my favorite emoji right here. The raised eyebrows emoji. This one's also good, and this one is good. What do these look like to you? I don't know if they look the exact same.
They're animated?
Hold them up to the screen. Oh, they're animated. What the heck? I don't know how I feel about that.
What if I send them to you?
Well, they'll be what I just sent. We already know that's the 1-to-1 what they look like. They're just not going to be animated.
Will they?
That would be crazy if you sent those same emojis and they were something else.
Well, I know because I thought there was a thing with where's the raised eyebrow one? You can tell how often I use emojis. Oh, there's the horny one. Do they look the same to you?
Did you send the same one? Or did you mean to send the drooling one?
I sent the drooling one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, mine are cooler because mine are animated.
It changes the animation changes the vibe. I don't know how I feel about that.
How? It doesn't.
I don't know if it's a bad vibe, but it's like, I don't know that I have the same feeling in mind when I send it as the little guy raising his eyebrow here is different than the guy like going through the motion of raising both eyebrows up and down. That's different.
Why?
It's a little more. Yours are a little more. Yours are a little more playful.
It's because you want to feel like the specialist little boy because you have an apple, right? You have to feel like your apple is superior with your basic ass emojis that aren't even animated.
I'm just saying it's different. I'm not saying one's better or worse. I'm just saying they're maybe not applicable to the same situation. If I send you that raised eyebrow emoji, just mean that I meant it in the Apple way, not in your little animation way. Not in your animated Android up and down eyebrow raise way.
Gotcha.
But I'm pro emoji in moderation.
That's fair.
There
are people I know who use them constantly.
Is LOL still a thing that people say? Or is that also like aging out with the crying laughter emoji?
I feel like it's aging out a little bit, but I still know a lot of people who say LOL in a text
use
constantly.
LOL, but I've really been rethinking, should I still say LOL?
I don't know. That's
Why not? Who cares? You don't even have good grammar anyways when you text.
Apparently you care
why
about
does it
grammar.
matter?
So maybe someone else out there is like, who is this guy? Do you remember like XD? How that the little face that used
Absolutely
to make?
I do. XD RAR XD.
Yeah, that I used that for way too long.
I remember Raffle, bro.
I never used Raffle.
I did constantly, but I also grew up playing RuneScape.
Yeah. I used XD until someone was like, dude, no one really uses XD anymore. You probably shouldn't use that. Like someone told me that, and I was like, okay. And I never used it since.
I will say there is part of me that misses the emoticons where you just make them out of punctuation.
Mine automatically corrects it now. Like if I do the colon semicolon smiley face, no, never mind. Maybe it won't. I thought it was going to correct it to the smiling emoji, but there are also multiple different like smile emojis. Like ooh.
Oh.
Okay, what are these? All these different smile emojis. What do they look like to you? Like how do they come through on the Android?
They're regular emojis.
But like, what are they all the same?
No.
They are all the same. Or I can't tell.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
The thing is, they're all different on here.
No, no, they're not. They're not all the same.
The mouth is the same, but the eyes are all different on mine.
Yes, the eyes have different movements.
I don't understand what the difference is between these. Like, why do they have 3 of the same smiling emoji and the eyes are just all slightly different?
I don't know, man.
What nuances
weird.
of emotion is that communicating?
You're the one who is like, no, because they're animated, it communicates something different.
I'm just saying they all have different nuances to them, and I don't know what they are, but they're all different, okay? I don't know.
I disagree. They're all pointless. I hate them all. Bad. Okay, I will say the one that I do legitimately kind of annoys me is when you say like a joke over text and somebody does like 3 of the skull and crossbones ones. And I'm like, it's not that funny. I know it was just barely a snort I got out of you.
Yeah, I never understood the whole "I'm dead" thing. My friends say that all the time. I'll send something funny and they're just like, "I'm dead," and that's it. And you know you're not dead. You didn't even smile probably.
Oh.
Okay, I think that ends my my segment here.
Yes, that is fair. Yeah. So moving on to my take is more of a question this week. And this is a question that I've asked many, many people, and it's something I just like to, it helps gauge people's personalities. So if you are one of my friends listening to this, I can guarantee I have asked you this question.
I have no clue what he's going to ask.
I may have started asking this question like after you moved away. But just hypothetically, if there was like a you from an alternate dimension or like a clone of you or something, right? There's another you for some reason, and it can be either like you proper or it can be like the gender bent version of you, so like the female McKay. Would you have sex with them?
I knew exactly. As soon as you said if there was another version of you, I knew exactly where it was going to go.
It's a legitimate question.
You know, I don't know that I would.
What is wrong with you? Why not? Well, I don't understand anyone who says no. Absolutely.
Do I know that it's me?
Yes, both of you know that it is you.
Like, obviously, if it's an exact like copy of me, I would recognize it as me. Okay, sure. If it's the female, I don't like. If it's the female version, maybe, but it's like I just could not. I would not be able to get out of my own head if I was staring like at the mirrored image of myself.
Sure.
No, yeah.
Like, it's a perfect opportunity. It is somebody who knows you backwards and forwards. Somebody who can like knows all the spots to hit. Just like you would know all the spots to hit. This is a perfect situation. And it would be, if there was another version of me, male or female, it would be like on site. It would be like, all right, we got to go. We got some things to take care of right now.
It's just, if it looked exactly like me, like if it, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't even know if it's, no, I just don't see any universe where that would happen.
Why?
I don't know. That's just it feels a little incesty, to be honest. No, it feels too close.
Self-cessed.
It feels too close to home. The thing about with a different person is that it's exploring something different versus I don't know. Versus this, the same thing that you already know.
But but it would be so easy then, because you already know. There's no exploration needed. You don't need to figure out somebody else's body. You already know, man.
But I don't know. It's too weird. It's too weird. Like did you watch?
It's not weird. What's the difference between that and masturbating, man? Okay.
That's the thing. Well, that's the thing is that it's like, why wouldn't you just masturbate? Like, it's like if that's the option, that's what I would go with over doing it with another clone of myself.
Well, it doesn't have to be a clone. It could be like a portal opens to an alternate universe and then you pop out, Spider-Verse style.
No, that's what I don't understand how that's different than what I just said. But did you? Okay, spoilers. Spoilers for the show. But did you probably didn't watch Loki, the Disney show?
No, I did not.
Okay, well,
I did not. But yes, if I was Loki and I met female Loki, it would be on site.
Yeah, that's basically what he falls in love with, the female version of himself, and it's.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. No, there would be no love involved. It would be purely physical.
Oh, purely you lust for yourself.
Yeah. Yes, correct. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Pure lust for my clone. Also, I thought you said when you first pitched this, you didn't tell me the whole question before we started, but you're like, oh, I know what question I'm going to ask you. It's going to be, have I ever asked you the clone or twin question? So I was just thinking it was going to be some difference between a clone or your twin, but I'm glad you didn't use the word twin for.
Yes. No, I call it the clone question just because that's the easiest way to categorize it. And I love asking it to people because 9 times out of 10, I get the response, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it really is. I don't know. I couldn't see it happening because it feels too weird, too close to the whole line of incest, which I guess it's not technically incest, but
yes, it's called self-cest.
That's even worse than incest.
Why?
Because incest, you're doing it with someone who's related to you, but they're still slightly different because they're a different person.
That's bad.
But not only are they related to you, they are you. They're you exactly. That's just conceptually.
So then it's just masturbating.
And then I'd rather just do it by myself then. Because why?
Why?
I don't know.
To say you did, to have the experience, to do something no one else has.
I think I am
treading new ground.
I think I think I would have to.
You are sitting on the bylines while I am innovating.
Listen.
I am progressing science.
I think maybe if I got to know myself after, if I got to know myself after like a couple months, maybe I would be ready to take that step. But I can positively say that it would never be on site. Like if I just ran into myself, I wouldn't knock him down and drag him into the bushes and do it.
How many dates?
It would have to be at least. I mean, it would have to be at least 3 or 3 to 5.
See, 3 to 5. Okay, so that's fine. I can take not immediately, but 3 to 5. That's a reasonable number.
I do think it's insane for you to say you would do it on site.
On site.
And then, that's.
It's we are leaving. We have business to attend to.
I mean, I guess like if it's the exact same, if you're meeting the exact same person, he also has the exact same thing in mind. He also he has the exact same thing in mind, so he's on the same page. The thing is, I know, like just having the hesitation that I had just now, I know that my clone also would have the exact same hesitation.
Sure.
So it's I don't know. But
that's because you have your clone's gonna be boring. Mine's gonna be awesome. Okay, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna go on adventures. We're gonna have sex one time just to try it, just to know.
Oh, only one time?
And then after that, it's. I mean, yeah, probably because it's probably not gonna be great. Let's be honest here. I'm a white film bro with a podcast. What do you expect from me?
That's true.
Come on, dude.
Like, would you keep?
We'll have other.
Would you keep hanging out with him afterwards?
Yeah, probably. Because we would. Let's be honest. We would become a problem for everybody.
You would be. Yeah, you would be a problem. I mean, you would have to keep hanging out with him because no one else would hang out with you two together.
That's true. I mean, we would separate, and then, we would hang out with other people. I get tired of myself every once in a while. But then we could, like, do bank robberies and things and become outlaws and be sick.
I mean, that'd be kind of fun. Do, like, some magic. Be street magicians or something.
I have thought about this before, where if, for some reason, there was, like, a clone or another version of me or two of me, a duplicate of me, what I would do is we would have to do a coin flip to figure out which one of us is going to like stay home and have the corporate life and which one of us is going to go off having adventures being like, I don't know, an anarchist somewhere.
That's the plot of Severance. Which one or it's not. I mean, they're instead of 2 bodies, it's they're just sharing the 1 body, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but okay. That terrifies me. Like, if I was Severanced, I would probably kill myself.
I mean, that's literally what they're trying to, or that one character tries to do in the show. But yeah, that would terrify me, is because I don't have any clue what the other version of me is doing with my body. It's like every time you step through the door, you don't know if you're going to come out the other end the exact same.
Okay, that's not true. I know myself well enough to know that if I had put myself in a severance situation, there would be a purpose for it. So then my severance self would automatically assume my whole purpose here is to bring down this entire fucking organization, and then I would I would be a problem.
But your severed personality is not the same. Like, I mean, I guess it goes back to like the nature nurture question, like what part of you is most basically you, but it's like the part that wants to burn down the part that wants to burn down corporations. That one's pretty inset there. That's base anti, and everything else has just kind of grown from that.
Because obviously I would try to escape first, and they would show me the video from my Audi, and there are specific phrases my Audi would say to let my innie know that this is the whole point of it. And if my Audi never said those phrases, then my innie would get mad enough to say, "Fuck you, Audi, you don't control me," and then burn the place down.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you should have been a character on the show, it sounds like. That would have been I've been pretty crazy.
I mean, no, I probably would have
or you would have just
failed immediately and died.
Just ended the show.
Yeah. There would have been no show. I would have been fighting everybody.
Also, like, imagine just like how tired, like exhausted you would be coming. I feel like that would suck. Just like physically, you'd walk in the morning and then come back out and just be like mentally drained and exhausted, even though you didn't experience anything. You just
I don't
like you wouldn't have the sense of like you would still feel just as like physically tired, but you wouldn't have the sense of accomplishment coming out of the office.
So another question is, if you were severanced and for some reason your severance self
you're severed
to be standing
it's
right
just
next
severed,
to
not
you.
severanced, by the way.
You don't care about grammar.
A little. No, I do care about grammar when we're talking,
and you should be thankful I corrected you. So you don't embarrass yourself when you go out talking to other people about this show.
Forgive me, master.
Yeah, I forgive you. Just don't let it happen again.
So if your severed self and your unsevered self were standing right next to each other, would you fuck them?
No, we already answered this. That's one, that's impossible because it's the same body.
You don't know
not
that.
Possible.
Maybe they're clones.
No, you know that. You know that's established in the show. It's the same body.
Anything could happen.
Okay, well, sorry to spoil it for you, but that's not how the show goes. Sorry to spoil the season 2 finale for anyone, but it turns out they're all actually just clones, and they all have a big orgy with each other at the end. That's it.
Perfect.
Yep.
That's exactly what I want out of a show.
But no. Well,
it's a clorgy.
A clone orgy. Yeah. Nice. The worst. I wouldn't want to have sex with the Office, like work version of myself. Like I'm already boring enough. The outside non-work version of myself, let alone the version of myself that just sits in an office all day. That would suck. Yeah, I don't know.
Any would suck.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry. That was gross. I'm so sorry.
No, that was good. That was clever.
No, that was not good. I'm ashamed of that one.
All right, I gotta plug my laptop in real quick. It's about to die.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, we probably should end the episode soon. We are about there. Do you have more to add about clones, severance, grammar, I don't know, toilet paper, just to keep up the trend of us talking about toilets?
I mean, I think we've talked everything toilets.
Imagine.
I don't know.
Imagine a toilet seasoned like an everything bagel. It's an everything toilet.
What are you talking about? Oh, because I said everything toilet, and it's just covered with everything bagel seasoning. That doesn't make any sense. No, that's
immediately what my brain thought of. Imagine sitting on that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be terrible. And you'd have like seasoning stuck to you every time you stood up.
Yeah, that would suck.
Have you seen Black Mirror?
I've seen a few episodes. I really like show. Like, I grew up on the Twilight Zone. Love the Twilight Zone. And so Black Mirror is exactly my shtick. But I got annoyed. I watched the first episode where the president had to fuck a pig, and I said no, thank you. And then,
but you would be cool if he was fucking himself, huh? It's just when it's a pig, it's too far.
Well, it was just like I just wanted the sci-fi. I didn't want the
that episode is
sex.
That episode is a very bizarre choice to open the series with.
It's every episode is gratuitous because it's like some friends said, "Oh, you got to watch this other episode," and it's the one where it's the two guys who go into the video game and it's just about them fucking. And so every episode apparently is just about sex. And I'm like, no, I want some sci-fi and some unique concepts.
Okay, those I didn't dislike those episodes, but I would say those are not like representative of the series as a whole. I don't know why. Those are why that was one they recommended for you to watch. That's definitely not a must-watch one.
Especially after I said I didn't like Black Mirror because of the gratuitous sex.
Yeah, no, that's probably the most gratuitous sex one, if I remember correctly. But anyways, there's another episode where the concept is kind of similar, where they call them cookies, where you create like an exact digital replication of someone's mind, and so it's like a whole separate consciousness of you, but it's stored in like a little Alexa like home assistant thing, and so it theoretically already knows like all your preferences on everything, because it is an exact copy of you, but it just lives in this little like Alexa home base, and it is connected to your smart home. So it knows, okay, this is the routine to set the alarm. This is the temperature. This is, I don't remember what the other stuff was. It was like, I'll make the toast this exact way or something. And then, but you're like, it's like still a sentient version of you. And what, like in the episode, the guy's job is to kind of break down the will of the sentient version of these minds that have been copied. And so, because they, you know, when they first wake up, they're like, oh, where am I? I'm trapped and I don't have my body anymore. And so then
that would be terrifying.
Yeah. And so then what he has to do is basically make them submit to just living out a life of pressing buttons on a keypad for their, like the person they're serving. But similar concept. You should check it out if you're into seeing copies of each other submit to other copies of themselves.
What can I say?
I'm surprised that Black Mirror hasn't done that. Eventually, like they just released like a whole new season of it. They just released a whole new season yesterday, so I need to watch it. But they're gonna do an episode where they make copies of each other and all have sex with each other.
Hell yeah. Speaking of anthology shows, have you seen Love, Death, and Robots?
I have, yeah. That one's also really good.
Nice.
Well, it's hit or miss, I would say,
like that one.
But it has a better track record than Black Mirror.
I mean, I can't think of an episode I didn't like, but that's also, if I didn't like it, I probably don't remember it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, I haven't watched it since I watched it when it initially came out, so I honestly don't remember. Right. But there are definitely some like fantastic episodes in there.
The crab one. Oh my god, I love that episode.
The crab one. What was that one?
Yeah, it's the one where the guy's on the ship with his crew, and there's the giant monster crab, and the giant monster crab says, "Hey, take me to this island, or I kill you all." Yeah,
I vaguely remember that one. Yeah, I do need to watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
I do love like anthology style stuff.
Oh, I remembered my favorite. No, my favorite one is the one where it's the two guys out in the desert, and there's like the spirit fish, and he goes up to swim with the spirit fish, and then
it's not ringing any bells.
You have no idea what I'm... Okay, it's fine.
I liked the one with it was like the two knights. This was in like the most recent season, I think. They had the two knights, and they find that like woman in the water, and she's like a siren, and she's dancing and convinces them to... I don't remember exactly. I don't even know if there was a story. I think it was more just like just the
is it the one where they're all kind of running into the water to get to her, and they all drown and die?
Yeah.
I know exactly. That one is very incredibly animated.
Yeah, the animation was very so well cool. I've never seen anything like that.
It was insane.
Yeah. They did just announce a new season of that show too. So coming out this year.
Sick. Hell yeah. I love Death, and Robots.
Nice.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of our show. If you enjoyed this, hey, subscribe, download, leave a review, recommend it to a friend. Actually, do leave a review. Leaving a review does help boost statistics and help get us out there. That would be wonderful. Also, go listen to my other podcast. Yeah.
No, I didn't say anything. Go ahead.
Okay. Go listen to my other podcast, Journey of 1,000 Pages. The next episode on Altered Carbon should be coming out the same week as this episode. And yeah, do you have anything to add, McKay?
Put in like text message, like me. It sounds like text message typing. and then put a notification bell sound effect in there too.